Wonder what the reviews for this are.
The power of metaformal language contained in a conspansive dense cube. Desperate for power of the Necronomicon, I knew the occult secrets I desired laid within this dense cube. I have since mastered multiple existences and have been able to not only access past lives, but also all future ones. I can modify them at will within the interconnected ring of the logical construct of metaformal syntax where accessible. I've become more powerful than even the Illuminati.
2 people found this helpful. 2 people found that helpful. The cube pleases me immensely in more ways than one. I've been fantasizing about this cube for months. It plagues my thoughts every waking moment and taunts me in my dreams. I finally purchased this tantalizing cube, and it has not disappointed. It is arousing, exactly as promised. I cannot stop thinking about the tungsten cube anytime we're not together. This cube electrocuted my child. I hit it with a hammer and a sudden burst of energy occurred, disintegrating my son on the spot. Jesus. Alright, gotta get myself together for this one. The tungsten cube I purchased turned out to be an interdimensional prison. When the cube arrived, I set it on the floor and burned some incense, as I do. Anyway, the cube began floating in the air. Slick, I thought, sipping from a bottle given to me by a man living in the local sewers. The cube began to shudder and shake, filling the room with the glorious light of Allah. Then, the light turned to an unusual shade of turquoise, and a dark humanoid with wings slithered out. He offered to take me to an eternal abyss where I could live out the rest of my mortal existence with the farmers that Stalin executed. I thanked him and told him to come back later because I'm not ready to go. I haven't paid my mortgage. He cursed me for keeping him in his banishment, and now the cube sits on my desk. It's still turquoise. Indeed it is.
Much better than a lead cube. I like this much better than my 4-inch lead cube. It is much heavier and tastes significantly better.
I love this. Oh my god. I love this. Please make the 5er, please. We need the 5-inch one. It's my fave ever.
I really see it very well. Maybe I could get another and use it to see the first one. Good. What the fuck?
I have transcended beyond my flesh prison and left my anus behind, emerging as a golden god. You mere mortals simply haven't truly become one with the universe until you've mastered the gravitational pull of enough tungsten cubes to transcend it beyond the limitations of the fabric of space-time.
That was interesting. Missed my mortgage payment because of this, but it was worth it. Extremely heavy for its size, it will leave you dumbfounded. Though, unfortunately, I lost my house because I chose this over my payment, but I kinda don't regret it.
This tungsten cube is as advertised. I've been collecting tungsten cubes for nearly a decade, and this is amongst the finest in my collection. My wife isn't too thrilled, but a guy has to have hobbies. In fact, I had to reinforce my display shelf and added support to our house's foundation to prevent unforeseen catastrophic events, and to convey assurance to my neighbors who were growing concerned about a depression forming around our residence. I plan to give them as holiday gifts this year.
43 people found that helpful. Make that 44.